Hello, Tusse. How are you?
Hello. Hi, I'm good. Thank you. I'm good.
So, I have to mention you have really interesting haircut.
Yeah, I have.
Will you wear it on Melo or it will be something else?
You'll see, but I think I'll wear it, but we'll see. We haven't decided. Yeah.
You won Idol in 2019,
Yes.
and that means that you are experienced in performing for TV. And this year there will be no audience on Melodifestivalen. So how do you think you can handle it? Only
I th
cameras.
yeah, I think because of Idol, I have a lot of experience, of course, because it was like 3 months where we just uh, made a lot of performances. But in Idol, we still had audience, so it's of course a challenge because the audience helps bring up the mood and everybody's happy and everybody's clapping, but now there's no audience, so I think it would be a little bit difficult to to pump up the spirit, to get everybody excited because there's nobody to make to to show you that they're excited, so you just watch a camera and you don't know how everybody's reacting, so it would be a challenge.
Well, we will see. Can you tell us something more about voices?
Voices. Well, one of my favorite songs, of course. It's about unity. I think unity. And when I talk about the song, I like to call it a song about hope. So it's a song to everybody that feels alone, to everybody that feels like their voice isn't being heard. So I just want to make everybody feel less alone. And it's also a reminder that all humans have more in common that they don't have. So they have more in common than they think, and we can't forget that.
Is it ballad or is it up tempo?
It's mid tempo, so it's kind of
Oh.
it's both, but mostly ballad, I think.
You will be closing your semifinal, and it is a big privilege closing of semifinal. We have quite great names also on this Melody Festival, and so what do you think about competition?
Oh, it's crazy! It's really crazy because I didn't know that it was a big deal, closing. But it actually is, and I'm so nervous because yeah, they're big names, and I think the competition is fierce. So there's no telling who's gonna win. There's no telling who's gonna even make it to the finals. So I think I only know that there's a lot of people in this competition that has already won there another year.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's gonna be really hard. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard. That's the answer.
Well, but you are, I think that you're the youngest participant in this year, I think. Or if
Yeah,
not, you are at least among.
yeah.
So, do you see this as advantage or not so big advantage? Because you are 18 years old, actually 19,
19. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, 19.
and you're a fresh name, and you have a big voting population behind you from Idol. So, do you think that it can convert to votes?
Ooh, when you put it like that, it sounds like I already have a lot of votes. But I think the Idol audience is pretty much the Melodifestivalen audience. So I don't think that's a huge advantage. But I know that because there's, um, yeah, I think I'm one of the youngest, and that also means that maybe I can connect with the younger voters, and I hope that's an advantage. But you never know, yeah. There's
When Christer Björkman invited you to
Yeah.
Melody Festival and when he
Yeah.
told the doors of Melody Festival are always open, how did you feel then?
That was insane. I remember that night. It was like I was like, well, that's just because I'm just a kid. I don't know. I've always dreamt about singing, and people said I did it well when I was little, and I was just excited to keep going, to keep singing. And now he's saying the doors to Melodifestivalen are always open. I was just, am I dreaming? So that was a huge moment for me.
Actually, when we heard the speculation about your participation, we heard about the person that Christer Björkman invited in front of TV cameras to come and perform on Melodifestivalen. So that is like the first association when we
Oh,
speak about international fans.
crazy. That's crazy. I love it. Oh my God.
Uh, and you had one really memorable performance of winning song from 2014 of Eurovision,
Yeah.
Austria's Rise Like a Phoenix. And
Yes.
how did you feel when you were performing that on stage? It was totally different, actually.
It was totally different, but it was like the huge. I remember that moment because I also had these for the first time actually. So I did
Yes.
because I felt like a different person when I came out, with another hair, another kind of clothing, um, and I was just, I think the biggest challenge was that the song is so hard to sing. So I was just like, I need to sing it good. And then when I think I sang it pretty good. So when I did that, everything else just was a bonus. When everybody stood up, I was like, what is happening? Because I felt I was so, you know, everything came from my heart, and I was
Yeah.
just so concentrating on doing the song good. And everything was just insane. Yeah, that was a crazy night. So it was a really fun experience.
Probably a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, what the is happening right now?
Now you're collaborating with Linnea Deb, who also wrote a winning song from 2015, Måns Zelmerlöw Heroes. And how do you feel about collaborating with that kind of name in music production?
It's crazy. Both her, Linnea Deb, and Joy Deb wrote that song, and they wrote my song. And it's insane that because they both were so excited to work with me, and I was like, how? I'm a 16-year-old little kid. I shouldn't be that prioritized, but I was. And then another guy who works on the song, Jimmy Joker, also produces, Britney Spears and One Direction, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I'm doing here. So it's huge, but I think because they're so nice people, so they don't feel like superstars, but they are. So I'm very humbled to be working with them.
It's nice because they are, like behind the scenes, but they are responsible for many, many hits from the world music scene.
Exactly. So it's crazy.
Your birthday is on 1st January. Do you receive double presents?
You would think that, but I don't. The only I get many presents, which I'm grateful for, but everybody's hangover from the night before, so they're up to like 3 in the morning drinking and having fun, and then my birthday comes the day after, and everybody just go to sleep. We don't, you know,
Yeah, they are
so we
still
just
drunk.
exactly. So we just eat pizza and watch TV.
This is a quite interesting time for the artists. There are no live concerts and such. How do you handle it?
It's crazy. It's a whole new thing. And I was a little bit angry with it because it was my first real tour, and it got
Yeah.
canceled, and I was really disappointed. But I still live at home with my parents, and I still go to school, so I'm pretty good actually. So I'm doing good for myself. It would be a whole different story if I was already an adult and then I couldn't work. That wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm very thankful that I'm still living at home.
Do you have good grades?
I have the best grades.
Ah, perfect. So, well, you can teach people maths if you have
Yeah,
no concert.
Of course, of course.
This is actually also quite interesting situation, and everything regarding this Melodifestivalen will be quite different than we know it. But do you have? Did you watch Melodifestivalen in Eurovision last years?
Yeah, I think we watch every year, me and my family. So yeah.
Do you have favorite song?
From last year?
Well, from all of the years, maybe.
Okay. Of course, it's Loreen, Euphoria.
Oh.
There's no better song and no better artist in this business than Loreen. She's magical. So.
Yeah, she also has several good songs apart from that. I mean,
Yeah.
when we all of Eurovision community and people, when we find some artist and we find a good Eurovision song, we always try to exploit more and more. So
Yeah. She has so many good songs, and she has fantastic songs in Swedish now that I listen to when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, this song is so good. So yeah, she's a great artist.
Can you tell us something more about your future plans?
My future plans. I don't quite really. I'm not sure, but I've been making a lot of music. So I'm gonna release everything, and then I'm gonna lead a radio. I'm gonna be a radio host for a bit now, for a whole new program,
Yes,
show.
yes.
And then I'm gonna school. I'm gonna graduate school.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know what parents say school is the most important.
school first. School first, of course.
Also, I have one question that I am personally interested. You have a Congolese descent, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, did you think sometimes to add some elements from their traditional music in your songs?
That's actually a really interesting question that I've not heard. But yes, because it's really nice music, It's Congo beats, African beats, It's a whole other thing, and it's so nice. It's really Afrobeats. It's really, it just makes you want to dance. So of course, in the future, I'm gonna try to put it in my music and just.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
that would be great. I mean, beats from Africa are the best
Yeah,
in my opinion.
exactly. My opinion too.
Tusse, thanks a lot for this wonderful talk. I really
Thank you
hope
so much,
that
Daniel.
we will like Voices and that you will make it far away with that song.
Thank you very much. I'm so humble. Thank you.
Znači, ako vam se svidelo ovo što radimo, ajmo like, ajmo subscribe, ajde, znači, budite ljudi, jer smo se dogovorili. Nema smisla, stvarno, ajde. Gasi mešalice, motaj kablove, poz.